Hello. Hello. I have been wanting to create this video for a few days now, and I'm so sorry that it's taken me so long. Yeah, I know you guys understand, but okay. My last video I shared kind of like from going through like some of the darkest, I've shared like the most challenging, probably like experience of my life so far. Because it was one that was really out of my control and at the same time was very internal, like literally internal. And it made like such an impact on like my perception of my life. Like there have been things, of course, in my life that I've experienced that were beyond my control, but they were more external things, and maybe they had a big influence on my life, on my path. But this experience, which, I won't go over everything again. There's like a video, the previous video that I'm pretty sure you probably would have watched if you're watching this video, right? But if not, long story short, I had a very long process for me, it felt like, and I still am I'm going to catch you up with like the health stuff and all that too, but just like processing, finding out I was pregnant, finding out something was wrong, finding out I was going to miscarrying, finding out I'm still pregnant, finding out it's ectopic, moving to a low-dose chemotherapy drug called methotrexate, that not working, starting to rupture in the morning, June 20th, going to the emergency room, having emergency surgery, becoming sterile because I've lost now like both of my tubes because this is my second ectopic, like 20 years apart or something. I'm just guessing number ballpark there, but like 20 years apart. So it's like I'm sorry, I'm like crying already. It's like a really significant like marking of time here for me and like a chapter in my life, and it really made a huge impact on like how I see myself, which I'm trying to heal, like I'm trying to work through. And like what that means for my relationship, what that means for like how we like set goals together and like what we're kind of working towards now, like in my relationship with my husband, and all of that. And of course that it would affect my son, but like I told him what happened, my son, and he's like very sweet, but like, this affects him because he loves me, and this affects him because he won't, get like brother and sister this way, right? But it's mostly like me and my husband that are like going through this, and I guess you could say our like extended families more, but it's really like us that are like feeling it so much, right? Okay. So I think it was last week, maybe Monday or Tuesday or something, Tuesday or Wednesday, I posted my last video, which explained the situation. I shared like the details of that day. I shared, like how this is really bringing up like some of the worst like thoughts in me, and it just really really shattered me. I don't know how else to say that. Like, I just really felt, and I'm feeling better, believe it or not, even though I'm crying already. But I still have a lot of like healing to do, and that will take time. Like that could take years. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm gonna feel like this for years, but like it's still very fresh for me. Okay, so after that video, and I did talk about the financial stress of this experience. I shared how like I probably should have gone to the emergency room before, right? Like, but I was trying to avoid it because it's so expensive and it's crazy. Like, it's crazy that we have to think that way or that we end up thinking that way, but it's the reality, that like here in the States, like healthcare sucks. And even if you have healthcare that you're paying for, you can still end up having to pay a ton of money if you have, God forbid, like an emergency, you know, or even like medication that you need on a regular basis, anything. So, to put that in like better context, I guess, and why I was so stressed, I shared that, like, you know, I have a high deductible and a high out of pocket max, right? So let me like explain that, because that will maybe explain my next move last week, which I really want to thank you for. So, my deductible is $5,000. We have a $5,000 deductible. We have United, that we have through my husband's work. Like, I'm on his insurance, you know. But our max out of pocket is $18,000. So we were like, okay, like this is, so, okay, you're dealing with like the physical issue of like the surgery, the whirlwind of this, the months of like pain and loss and like physical processing, just like the emotional and hormonal toll this is taking, and the like your future, like your plans being like just ripped out from under you. And then you feel this like presence of this like looming burden of like medical expenses, you know, and it's just like that, like as this like cherry on top, you know, as this like consuming worry and concern, prompted me, inspired me through also some emails that I got, and like maybe a couple comments saying like, you know, how can we help? Or I'm not quoting anybody there, but like, you know, nutshell, like, you know, is there a way we can like help a little? So I ended up making a GoFundMe a couple days after that video had posted, and I talked to my husband about it, and I'm like, well, what do you think? I feel like I'm telling like him how it makes me feel kind of gross. And don't get me wrong, like I've donated plenty of GoFundMes before. I don't judge anyone for creating one, but for me, like I have a hard time asking for help. Like not just financially, like is like the top tier, have trouble asking for help, but even like, no, I'll get the groceries. Oh, I got the, like, you know, I have a hard time with that. So, it's very humbling, you know, to create like something that is basically saying like, I could really use some financial help to take care of these bills and not stress about it, because I'm really just need to focus on like my physical recovery, my emotional recovery, like my sense of self recovery, identity, like all of this. So, oh my gosh, do I have a tissue nearby? Sorry. Sorry. Okay. So I created that and was very unsure about it, feeling very awkward, feeling very like having no expectations. And in like a few minutes, I got an email that there was like a donation. And then another minute goes by and there was another. And I don't know how many donations came by, maybe 5 or something like that. And GoFundMe sent me an email saying, okay, it looks like you're getting donations. We're not going to email you like every time. We'll email you like once a day or something along those lines. So I stopped looking at it, because as much as I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, I was also like, okay, let me just like not look at it, because I don't know, I just needed to like not look at it, even though I was so appreciative. Like, don't get me wrong, like it was not like, oh, I don't want to look. I was just like, okay, let me just take a break, because I was feeling overwhelmed, you know, like overwhelmed with gratitude, overwhelmed with, oh my gosh, like I can't believe it. Like I don't have a word for that. I've never experienced anything like that before. So okay, so the next day I open my phone and like, okay, so let me take like a little sidebar here. So setting up the GoFundMe was interesting. I've never done this before. I don't know I know how it works, like generally speaking. But it was difficult to set the goal, right? It's like set your target, set your goal. So I don't mean to, I hope this doesn't make me sound like greedy, but I figured I would just set the goal as the max of out of pocket. I was like, okay, well, if our max out of pocket is 18, I guess I'll set the goal at 18. And that way, I'm not necessarily expecting to reach the goal, but I figured, okay, like if that's the max out of pocket, maybe I'll just put that, because I don't know what it's going to be. Like, exactly, like not all the bills have arrived yet, So, but GoFundMe does their own like front facing goal and like then your goal. So like I put the goal at 18, again, with like no expectation. I know that's like a very big number. It was very uncomfortable for me. I was like, maybe I should just put 5. And I was like, well, but I mean, it's definitely going to be more than 5. That's just the deductible, like, so I was like, ooh. So I didn't really know what to do. So I put it as the max out of pocket, kind of like, I don't know, whatever, erring on, hopefully it doesn't come to that, but whatever. Okay. I didn't know what was right. I honestly just didn't know what was like the right move, right? So GoFundMe has like a front-facing goal where they put it at like a certain percentage of your main goal. So that the front-facing first goal was like 5,500, I want to say, or like 5,000. And then that ended up going past it. Like we reached that goal, and I want to say like something like 24 hours or like 1 or 2 days. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like what is happening? And then GoFundMe like increased the goal to 10, I want to say, maybe, or something like that. And we reached that goal. I actually haven't checked it in a couple of days. I don't mean to be rude. I hope that doesn't make me, I really don't want to come off rude in any way here. But it was just like wow. Like, and also I really wanted to just create like a thank you video from the beginning. Like as soon as I saw like one donation, I was like, oh my gosh, I really need to like thank the community. And I wanted to do it in a way where I can address the whole community, because oh my God. The last video that I posted, like, don't get me wrong, the first video that I posted, every video that I post on the Ludinate too, like I get like such heartfelt comments, right? Like whether it's someone saying thank you or sharing something that they're working through, or sharing like something that like big that they're going through in their life, and you're just like, wow, this community is so beautiful, and it's so amazing that we can kind of like connect this way. But then to bring it over into like now this channel, me being like much more human, not that I'm not human in my other channel, but like this is much more like human version. That sounds so stupid, but I think you know what I'm trying to say. Less curated, messy hair, whatever. Regular sunlight. Excuse me. And creating like my first video here recently, like just saying that I was dealing with an ectopic, I was on methotrexate, I hope it works, and this is where I've been, and this is why like I'm falling behind on my typical schedule, because I really am like dealing with something right now. And like from there, like the comments just like so kind, so again, heartfelt, like wishing you well, you got this, like holding space for you, don't give up, like so many, like just like exactly what I needed to hear, like just, it was just so perfect, and then, obviously like the methotrexate didn't work, and I had to get surgery and like all this stuff, and surgery is like one thing, the methotrexate not working is another thing, but it's really like the loss of like that pregnancy obviously is like, it's very hard for me. I haven't like, I thought that I processed that, but I don't even know if I truly did yet. Again, this is why like I'm going to therapy and stuff, because I really don't want anything left behind. I'm so sorry for like sniffing, being gross. I don't want anything left behind, like a tragedy or trauma that like I didn't process. I don't think you can really control when you process things. I think sometimes it's like you can only process a certain amount at a time. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to say time healing is linear, but there is an element of time, and like order to the processing and unfolding. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but I got hit by a car back in my 20s. Like I was like a pedestrian and got hit by a car, like a little pickup truck. And it was like my first experience with like physical trauma that I can think of. At that time, this was before I had my first ectopic. Actually, I got hit by a car, and then like 3 months later, I had my first ectopic pregnancy. I had a really rough year that year. But as I got hit by the car, I like first felt pain. Like this was like, again, like 20 years ago. I don't exactly remember, but I remember feeling pain like here maybe, because it was kind of like it's almost like a football injury. Like I put my arm out, like I was blocking or something. And then like I started feeling pain in like different areas, like as things started to heal. And I remember talking to the doctor about it, and they were like, well, your body can only process like so much pain at once. And I was like, oh, wow, that's crazy, And now I'm like, it like applies, like I think for other things too, like more like emotional pains and stuff. Anyway, point being, like, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Going through all of that, and then like getting those beautiful messages, then what actually happened, and the like sterilization and all this like life-changing stuff for me. And then like the comments from there, like, oh my gosh, like there's like hundreds of comments, I want to say there's like over 250 comments of like real comments. Like, don't get me wrong, a heart is a comment. Like, I love it, I appreciate it, I'm not trying to like, but like people really saying like, I'm sorry, I'm really trying here, I really want to stop being it, so I'm trying to get this out. I'm sorry, like get my emotions out and stuff, or my feelings and thoughts, and my emotions are taking over. But like just like real, true, like empathetic, compassionate like messages that in that moment I just felt so connected to this community. Like, I don't want to make it sound like I didn't appreciate this community before. Like, I love this community. I love, like, YouTube is a very, like, toxic place. It can be. And my comment section is always filled with, like, the most beautiful, like, kindest people, And then for them to, like, follow me, and for you to, like, follow me into this, like, more human side where I'm dealing with this, and the comments, again, are just, like, it just, like, touched me in a way that was so much more, I don't know what to say, more real, but it's like, okay, I guess, like, this is a parasocial relationship, right? And previously it had been like me, don't get me wrong, you contribute to the comments and stuff, like I don't mean it that way, but like it's like me creating something, and then like maybe like if you're commenting back, or even if you're just enjoying it, it's like there's the dynamic, right? I create something and then maybe you respond to it, or you just enjoy it or whatever. But for me to like, for the tables to flip, and now I'm like kind of just like sharing something, and then to like for you to give so much in your comments and in your love, and just even if you don't comment, you're just like saying a little prayer, like it just like I just felt, God, it's so hard to put in words, but like the channel, like the connection, like so powerfully. I think as a YouTube person, and I know a lot of you have channels, so maybe you know what I mean by this, but there's a level of guarding like you need to have, even from the good stuff. And I know that sounds like, I hope that doesn't sound crappy of me to say, but like, it's like if the good stuff can affect you, does that mean that the bad stuff can? So it's like, even when you're talking about like something I've created, I still don't even like in the past, like, I don't even like almost see it as me. I'm like, oh, I'm glad they like that, or I'm glad. And I feel it, and I feel like the connection and like the meaningfulness, but there's like always been a level of like a barrier too, you know, like just to like protect my energy and, you know, like sovereignty and stuff. Not in like a hard like, oh, stay away. It's not a stay away barrier, but there's like some level of like myself removed, like Jillian removed, like that's Lunanate or something. I don't know. I can't even put it into words. But this is Jillian, you know? And here I am getting these like just like kindest comments like I've ever seen in my life. Like, I haven't really had a lot of people to talk to about this, but I've had a ton of people to talk to about this because I have you to talk to. And like what you say to me has like had such an impact on me. Like, okay. So thank you for that. Like, really, thank you so much for that. You guys have been like, I know it sounds so stupid, but you've been like the friend, the like sister, it's so bizarre, but it's true. Like, you've really been the friend that like came through, and I just really want to thank you for that. I'm sorry. Okay. The point of this video is to thank you for anyone. I mean, no expectation, but anyone who has donated, like, just that's such an above and beyond. Like, that's such a like going into your own pocket, your own bank account, your own like needs. I'm so sorry. This is like so intense for me. And like helping me. And I'm just so grateful, you know? It was so uncomfortable to make that. And I don't mean, oh, woe is me. Oh, I was so uncomfortable. But like, you know, it was hard for me to make that. It was hard for me to ask for help. And then to see like how much support and kindness. Oh my God, I'm like looking at myself. I look crazy. Oh my God. Okay. Gotta cool it. Gotta cool down. But really, like, you went into your own field, like your tangible field, and like helped mine. And I'm just so grateful. That was so nice of you. This is so generous of you. And I just really want you to know how much it means to me, how much I appreciate it. And I can't thank you enough. Like, I can't. This community has changed my life so many times. Like, the fact that this is what I get to do for work. I mean, not this, but this is what I get to do for work. This is how I get to connect. This is how I get to contribute, you know, like, to what I would call, like, adding the good, you know, like, adding a safe space, like, creating spaces or opportunities for us to, like, heal or self-reflect. And here you are, like, in a very tangible way, like, helping me. And I'm just so grateful. I'm so sorry that I can't find, like, better words here to use. But this was, like, overwhelmingly, like just so kind and so generous of you. And I just feel it so deeply. And I just really want to thank you. I'm actually filming on my phone because I just, like, went to look because I feel like I want to be more transparent with you about, like, what the fundraiser has raised so far. But the last time I saw was yesterday, and I think it was like maybe 10,000 or something around there. So, okay, yeah. So I kind of explained a little bit about, like, the goal, you know, and where that came from, or like why, if you're following it, you might see it changing. That's not me personally changing it. It's like the way that GoFundMe tries to, like, I guess, like, motivate people, you know, like, oh, let's reach this goal. But I guess they're more of like milestone goals. And then I don't know, I guess it'll, like, if we ever got to, again, like, no expectation, I don't mean it that way, but I guess, like, once there's a max on the goal, which is what I set, but they're, like, kind of, like, working their way there. I guess it's, like, just, like, a way to, like, you know, be more motivating or something for people. And the goal that I set is very big. I totally understand that. But that's just like the max out of pocket that we can have, you know? And it's crazy that that's $18,000. Like, it makes me so mad. Like, it makes me so mad that this is like how it is, you know? That people have like these medical bills for like things that, like, I had no choice. Like, I have to get this surgery or this situation will kill me eventually. Like, you'll bleed to death, but you're like in a position where you have no choice. Like, you just have no choice. And it just felt like everything was taken from me. And then I was so worried about the financial hit too, because it's just like, well, you know, like, of course, right? It's so, it could like really mess you up. Like, make you broke at best, maybe, or something. You know what I mean? And it just makes me mad and breaks my heart that like so many people deal with this, you know? And I'm so lucky that I have such like a amazing group of people that are like, we've never even met in person, most of us, you know? And you're here helping me, and I'm just so grateful. I just can't thank you enough. I'm so grateful. I wish everybody had this. Okay, I'm looking down because I did have to put my head make little bullet points because I don't want to, like, I will get lost. I will get lost and make, you know. Okay, so to explain like what I'm going to use the money for, medical bills is like the primary thing. Medical bills. This is you know, like I said, $5,000 deductible, $18,000 max out of pocket. It's medical bills that I've accumulated already from the like previous experiences, like as in like the blood work, the methotrexate shot, stuff like that. Like, for example, I have like a $600 bill from the methotrexate shot. I didn't get it in the mail yet, but I can see it on the app. It's like $670 or something. So I'm going to use it for that. I have some blood work, like smaller bills, you know, that I'm going to use it for. But the big ones, like the hospital and the surgery bills, have not yet come through, and I can't see them in my app yet, which is like so annoying to me because I just want to know, like, I just want to know how bad it is, you know, that kind of feeling. I want to know what I'm dealing with. But to know that there's like $10,000 that I can put towards all of this is just like, the relief. Like, I know I'm crying a lot now, but the relief I felt over this weekend, like, I really felt like hope again. Like, I really felt supported. Like, don't get me wrong, my husband has been like so supportive to me, but like, I felt supported. Like, so just like, oh my God, thank you for that relief. Thank you, because it helps so much. If there were any, like, I don't know exactly what the bill is going to be, but if there were any, like, other, like, funds or whatever, like, I would put that toward my therapy and maybe some other, like, therapeutic modalities that I really want to do. I can't do them yet because I'm physically not, like, healed yet, and I won't be for at least another 4 weeks. But, like, let's say, like, I really would like to work with some, like, somatic, I think it's called. I have to, like, really do more research. I've only researched a little bit trying to find a practitioner in my area, but, like, a somatic or, like, trauma release, like, therapist maybe, or, like, massage therapist. I feel like physically I need, like, therapy as well. Like, I'm just carrying, like, a lot of pain in my body and feeling very, like, I don't want to say disconnected from it, but, like, like the way I'm viewing my body is very different than it was just like a little while ago, you know? So I feel like I need to do more research, but something along the lines of that I think would be like really, really helpful for me in like processing all of this. And like, I love my body, like as in like I love my body, I love my temple, like I appreciate it, but like really like loving myself again, you know? Like I do, don't get me wrong, I do, but like I'm having a hard time, like it's almost like I have to like build a new rapport maybe or something like that, if I could put it into words that way. So yeah, it's therapy really is what I'm looking for. And that's like what I plan to, if I have like extra from the, like I'm gonna get the therapy regardless, but if I have extra from like the hospital bill, like it will go towards that. And I just really hope the hospital bill and the surgery bill and all of that is covered there. But either way, like it helps so much. Like it helps so much. It already helps so much. Okay. All right. So I think that's everything I needed to talk to you about. I talked about like how you set up GoFundMe and the like front facing goal that they have, and that they change it. That's not me changing it. So I wanted to talk a little bit here about like the lessons or like healing or like how I've been feeling lately. I'm still like very sensitive to all of this. Like I have like, I guess like when you're healing, whether it's from grief or physically or whatever, and I just feel like I'm getting hit with so much grief, or what, like the grief of like the loss of the pregnancy, the grief of like my fertility, the grief like related to this like life that I really thought would happen, and it's not. And like the physical healing and stuff. It's been about 2 weeks since the surgery. Like it's Tuesday, so I'm past 2 weeks. It's been like 2.5 weeks. Excuse me. Sorry. It's so gross. Since I've had the surgery. And I'm definitely moving around a lot better. I think I shared like I went to a nature reserve maybe like a week after surgery or so. And it was like really hard for me to like walk too much. Like we didn't take like a long like mile, even not even a mile like walk. We just kind of walked along this little boardwalk. But by the time I was like walking back, I was like, So this it's laparoscopic, right? But like it's so much worse than the first one that I had. Like when I had an ectopic back in my 20s, it was like little teeny tiny little cuts, and it was very traumatic. It was very sad. But physically, I feel like I felt better sooner. Again, this was almost 20 years ago, so like maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. But I remember going to my follow-up appointment, which was either 2 or 3 weeks post-surgery. I think. I mean, I could be wrong again. Like, I could be wrong. But let's say 2 or 3 weeks. And I remember, like, my stitches had dissolved. I didn't have any, like, more glue on me or anything. Like, the doctor, the surgeon said that I was healing really well. I went to my follow-up appointment last Friday or Thursday or Friday. And, like, I still look bad. Like, the bigger cut, it's about, like, that big. Like, I have a small frame, so that doesn't look that big. But, like, that like under and to the side on my belly button is like, maybe it's not that big, maybe it's like here. Regardless, I'm in still like a lot of pain from the stitches. I feel them like pulling a lot, and I actually think that I ovulated this weekend, which would be 2 weeks past my surgery. My HCG started dropping. like 2 days after, which caused like a bleed I told you about, which was like more than I thought it was going to be. So that makes sense. Like the HCG dropped enough for me to like have this withdrawal bleed, and now it's 2 weeks later and I felt like ovulation pain, which I usually always feel, but it's usually like maybe 6 hours that I feel it. Like I feel something coming on, and then it kind of gets intense, and then it gets really intense, and then it leaves. That's how my ovulation pain goes. This was like really, really bad. Like really bad ovulation pain. I was like, is this ovulation pain? Like, what is this? I had to like do the math and like I guess it could be. But it lasted like 24 hours at least. It's still kind of tender, and this happened like 2 days ago or something, and it's just like tender on that like side. So I'm sure I already feel ovulation pain, but like that's the side that got like cut, and there's internal stitches and whatever, you know what I mean? So sorry, I'm going on a tangent again. This was not in my little bullet point, but point being is like I need to really work on I really have to like give myself patience, because I thought, I don't know why, I just thought that like in two weeks after, I just thought I would feel a lot better, and I do feel a lot better, but I know I have at least 4 more weeks probably of like truly like physically healing, and then more, and then more, but I really thought I was going to feel a lot better by now. And I'm not. It's still hard for me to get out of bed. I have to walk cautiously. I can't move too quick. Like I did something really dumb this weekend. Like I kind of like run around a little bit. Like, I don't know. I like run up the stairs or I run down the stairs, but I haven't been in a while. But like my husband said something to me and I was like, oh, I'll grab it. And I just like kind of like turned around and like went to run up the stairs, and I was like, ow, 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 ow. Like, I was like, ow, oh, I jostled myself out. Like I hurt myself. It's like moving around like too quickly, like jostles my insides, my guts, and it really, really hurts. So it sounds so stupid, but it's true. So like I have to just be patient with myself, right? So that's part of it. That's part of my healing, is that I'm really forced to be patient with like this healing process. I'm really forced to like feed myself properly, which, I would try to do regardless. But like, I'm thinking like I'm taking some extra collagen. I'm making sure I have enough protein, like for real, like whatever my body needs right now. Yeah, like just doing all of that. I did ask my doctor, I talked to you in the last video saying like, that I'm really bothered by one of the incisions. I don't know if you want to see it. Okay, how about this? I took a video of myself right after surgery, like that day, not right after, but like that day, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to put it here and I'm going to blur it. And so you can see it, but it will be blurry. And then I'll take the blur off for like 5 seconds. Okay, like I'll have it transition. So like look away if you don't want to see. It's not like the worst thing, but it is like my bloated stomach, and it is like the cut, and it is like the dent that you'll see that I'm talking about. Which, like, by the way, it's like very kind of vulnerable to like share that. But I also like, I don't know, I don't know why I'm sharing so much publicly, honestly. I feel like there's got to be a reason, because it feels right even though it feels wrong. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So that's going to take a while, right, to heal. And even when the external heals, which might be faster, the internal still needs to heal, and like, I don't even know what's going on in there, like I'm feeling like lots of weird pains, like significant pains, but it's not so much that I think it's an emergency or, that something's wrong. I think it's like scar tissue forming. I think it's like, I don't know, nerve probably issues, like nerves were severed. It's visceral, and there's a lot of like nerves viscerally, so it's which is why it's so painful, Okay. So yeah, okay. patience. Patience is like a huge part of like my lesson here. And the other big one is acceptance. When I'm feeling like really, really bad, or when I start like crying a lot, I'm kind of past the like, I mean, hopefully, I don't think this ever goes away totally. Like, you know, you could think of something sad that happened to you 10 years ago and it might make you cry still, right? You could think about a loved one that passed on and you still like get upset about it, even though you're like healed from it more, you know what I mean? So I don't think this will ever be like, you know, not something. This will always upset me. You know what I mean? This will always upset me. However, I don't feel like I'm as low as I was in the last video. And part of that is that I'm really trying to just like work on acceptance. Like, I think a lot of these growth things, like acceptance, forgiveness, I don't know, whatever. It's a lot easier said than like put into practice when you're like feeling it, you know? It's a lot more work to like talk yourself out of feeling this way and into this, right? Like when you're in it and you're messed up from it and you're physically healing from it or whatever, you know? But I have to like tell myself that, well, first of all, I can't change it. So like I have to accept it. But also like I have to like trust, you know, that I don't want to say like everything happens for a reason, you know, and this will be good, and like not exactly like that, but this is just how it's meant to be, and maybe it will make more sense, you know, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, whatever, you know, but I don't have to know right now, but I can try, you know, to remind myself of just like acceptance, like not defeat, but just accepting that this is just how it is and it's out of your control, and kind of trusting a little bit in like spirit or like the divine or God or like the plan, or like I believe in like a soul's journey. Like I believe in that I believe we sign up for these lives. I know that sounds like, why would anyone sign up for, you know, tragedy or trauma or whatever. But I think that I look at life or earth as like a school for our soul to gain experiences in. And this is an experience for my soul, you know, and it's painful and it's crushing and all of that. But wow, has this taught me about like community? Like, wow. Wow, has this taught me about like witnessing my husband like be there for me, even when like his part of his dreams are crushed too. You know? Wow, this has taught me about resilience. Wow, this has taught me about, I don't know, there'll be more. But I think the biggest lesson here, sorry, I just want to make sure that, I don't know, I guess I have looking forward before talking about community. But wow, has this taught me about community? And I'm gonna circle back to that, because that's what this is all about, really. I will say that, like, as well, like, part of my healing is about looking forward. Like, I do feel like I'm in purgatory right now. I feel like I'm in, like, another world, like an alternate reality or something. Not alternate reality, because it is reality. I don't mean it that way, but like like, I feel removed. Like, I feel removed from my own life, but like I'm feeling my own life so deeply at the same time. I'm not numb to anything, but like, I'm not creating videos like I used to. I'm not active at all the way I typically would be. I'm not cleaning my house as well as I normally do. That's being very generous to me. But right now, like, I'm doing what I can, but I'm also not pushing myself too much either. I'm just trying to, like, again, be patient with my body, all this stuff, right? And I'm not thinking the way I normally do, just like all of it. Like, I'm in this like bubble or something of like really needing to focus on myself and like process this and like, whatever. And that said, like, looking forward is helping me so much. Like, it's helping me so much. I'm looking forward to feeling better enough to like go somewhere fun with my son. I'm looking forward to the Reiki sessions that I have scheduled. So I had like at least 5 Reiki sessions scheduled when all of this happened. And I had to like reschedule. Everybody was so nice and understanding. But I finally yesterday like started to reschedule people. I'm giving myself still more time, so they are like later, like end of July, early August. But I'm so looking forward to that. Those sessions are really meaningful to me. Being able to connect with people, being able to like, that people would even like, don't get me wrong, this might sound weird, but like to trust me even to be able to do that. Like, it's such an honor. And I love just like holding space for people and trying to communicate and, just give them things to reflect on for themselves. So I've rescheduled most of them, waiting to hear back from a couple more, but like so grateful for that. Like, I love looking forward to that. So thank you if you've signed up for a session. And I promise I won't be like this then. I'm just just going through it. But that's like really helpful. And also projects, like, there's projects I want to do. I love the Lunanate, and I'm not going to stop the Lunanate, but I want to expand more, so I'm just letting myself, sorry, I have like fiber from the thing in my mouth, gross. Letting myself like imagine that without putting pressure on it, without putting it on my schedule, without making like some calendar plan of when I'm going to do it. I'm just like letting it unfold more, imagining more, and just having things to look forward to. I'm looking forward to, the next time I get to travel. I don't know where or when that will be, but I'm looking forward to that one day. My husband and I always have a great time when we go away, or things that I can do with my son. My birthday is actually this coming weekend on July 13th. I'm not really looking forward to that, but, just not how I wanted to be spending a birthday, but whatever, I'll remember it, I guess. But yeah, like, I'm looking forward to like this time next year. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking forward to feeling better, like before it was even hard to like picture feeling better. And now, I do feel better than I did last week, and I know that that's just going to keep going, and I can't rush it. And some days I'm going to feel good, and some days I'm going to feel a lot worse. And that's just the nature of healing. And that's physically too. Physically, there's days where you're feeling pretty good. And then all of a sudden there's a couple days where you're like, like, wait, like, what, did I overdo it? What happened? That's just how it goes. Like, it's okay. We'll be okay. But I'd say, going back to community here, the biggest lesson or breakthrough or understanding that this has opened me to is community. I talk about community. I try to cultivate community. I'm also kind of a recluse. I'm kind of a homebody. I'm kind of a, like, I don't have a lot of friends that I see in my day-to-day life. My best friend lives in Texas, and she has her own life. She gets, she's got her stuff going on. She's sweet and lovely and checking in on me. But, I'm just like, I keep to myself and my little family. Like, that's basically it. I would like to make more friends in the real world. But, you know, it's just how it is right now. But the point being, sorry, tangent again. It's not, I realize this runs the risk of sounding like, oh, wow, my community did something for me. Now they're valid. Like, I really don't want to come off that way. Like, that's gross. But, like, more so, rather, for whatever reason, and I'm sorry if this is rude, but for whatever reason, community just became a lot more tangible and real when it became more tangible and real when people were there for me, not because I was lulling them to sleep or trying to help them with something, but more so when I needed help. And like, I never really saw it that way. Like, don't get me wrong, community helps me. Watching my videos gives me AdSense. Clicking on my sponsorship things like helps me get more sponsorships. This community has helped me endlessly, you know, like endlessly. And still, it took me being like trampled and the community still being there for me, even when I had nothing to offer. That really like made it click, you know? I'm so sorry. I hope that doesn't sound rude or like I didn't value you before, but it like broke through a ceiling more so. It took it to another level. And if I can compare it almost, it is like the way that like special message boards come together. Like if you're somebody who's been pregnant before, you've probably gone on a message board because you have a million questions from, you know, the like, does this line look good? What do you think? Or, oh, am I out? Yeah, like we're trying to conceive this many cycles. It's just like this, like support, like, oh, holding space for you. Oh, this wasn't your lucky month. Oh, but that's okay. Like you're gonna get it. Like just these like strangers showing each other like support and compassion and guidance and like what they've learned from their doctors and like all this stuff, right? It's really beautiful, like those kind of communities. Like it's beautiful that people can like be there for one another when all you have is a little like screen name. You know what I mean? Like it's just beautiful. And like limitless because you're not limited by, you know, your friend group or your neighborhood or where you are. Like it's all these different countries, it's all these different you know, places, different backgrounds, like whatever, but like still coming together to share and like lift each other up. And just like having that exposure throughout this, having the like very tangible support from this community, just like gave me some kind of breakthrough. Like I can't, I'm sorry. I feel like you're like, yeah, we get it. Like move on. Or like, where are you going with this? It just like cracked open like a shell that I didn't even know was there, or like broke through a ceiling that I couldn't even see in like the power of community. And that could be, you know, I don't mean to make it all about money. That could be prayer, you know, that's just encouragement. That's kind words. So I don't know. I'm just being open to like what comes to me and what I'm inspired to do. But part of like this, when I'm saying like projects, you know, and things I'm looking forward to, there's something there about just like really focusing on community as the highlight, you know. Not me being like, I'm creating this little space I've carved out for us exclusively. Like, I'm still going to do that, of course. Like, that's what my channel is. But I really want to incorporate community more. I don't know what that actually looks like, you know. I don't know if that looks like an evolution to, like, my own website or, like, creating a website. I don't know if that looks like doing more events or like retreats or something. I like the retreats, don't get me wrong, like who doesn't? But that's like a cost thing, and that's like a week, you know, or however long it is. It's not something that you have access to all the time. And it's, you know, it's a cost. It's a huge cost. So that's not like the only way. But I'm just like trying to think of like, what way can like I expand on or create even more or better space? Excuse me, I'm going to blow my nose, so I'm going to make a little cut here. Okay, getting a fresh one. What way can I like expand community? Like, what does that look like? But I'm not going to try to fix it. I'm not going to try to force it. I'm not going to try, oh, let me try this, let me try that. I really want it to be like a divine, oh, this is it. Like, I really want it to be like that. So I'm just going to like kind of sit on it a little bit, or not sit on it, but like keep it in my mind and just like weave that more. Sorry, my alarm went off. Redefine my intentions and my goals going forward, which I need to do anyway because of my personal circumstance, but also what that means in my extended like environmental work and beyond, you know, circumstances or like relationships, dynamics, environments and such. So as I'm rewriting, you know, or designing now, like what my future looks like, that emphasis on community is like so important to me. More, it always was, but more than it even was before. And it might take me years, you know what I mean? Like, this isn't a flip a switch and like, oh, but oh, here you go, like I made this for you, you know what I mean? Like, I have to really let this come to me and then figure out the best way to do it. I just want a space for like people to be able to help each other, you know, to lend those like words of kindness and affirmation and like prayer and like whatever that we see everywhere, but in a space that's like a little more, I don't want to say more protected, and I don't mean a little more niche, I don't mean exclusive, you know what I mean, but just a little more, I don't know, with the foundation of like the amazing, kind people, like the level of kindness and compassion that I see here, you know? I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm like talking too much about this now because I don't exactly know what I want to do or how I'm going to do it. But as I work on my intentions, as I work on my goals and plans and this design, like community is so like just so much. It's not, my old goals and plans used to be like, what could I give to people? Like, how can I serve people? And I guess in a way that is sort of community based, but like, I want people to be able to like engage with one another too. Like, I want people to have a place to upload a video like this if they don't want to do it on YouTube, but like they want to be seen and heard in a safe space. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. We'll see where that goes. But I just want to thank you because I really, sorry. Out of like all of this tragedy for me, you know, and trauma and, you know, this point in my life where I just felt so victimized by circumstance and like just robbed of these things that I really thought I was going to be able to do or experience. And here, like, under all of it is this really key component of community and connection. And I'm just so grateful for that because I feel like it's a big part of my future somehow, you know, of my plans, even though I can't define that yet. And I shouldn't. I shouldn't define it yet. Like, I'm still a little bit of a mess, you know, but I just want to thank you for that, really. It's like a weird light bulb that went off, you know, just to be like, wow. It's life-changing. Like, it's life-changing. So, thank you again just for being here. Thank you for, you know, if you've ever watched any of my other videos, thank you so much. if you've commented on any of these specifically ones, like, I'm so sorry that I haven't replied to anybody. It's just like, I need like 5 hours to sit down and cry as I reply to like all of these comments. Like, it's just, it's not that I'm not like feeling them so deeply in my heart. I am, and they're moving, and I'm so appreciative, but I just haven't like said thank you or anything, because like, I just don't have, I didn't at the time, just didn't have like the words, like the words to say like thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, I can't even thank you enough. Like, this is so meaningful. Also, oh my God, if you went there and donated, which a lot of people did, just thank you. Like, thank you so much. The unfortunate financial stress of all of this is just like, just looming, and I'm just so grateful that you put me in a position where I'm not so afraid to face it when it comes. Like, I feel like, okay, like, this is huge. Like, this level of donation already is just like huge. I'm gonna keep updating that GoFundMe, so like, as things come in, I can update you to show you like where things go, or like little things like that, because I feel like it's like the right thing to do, but also just so you can see, like, I don't know, do you care? I don't even know. Like, when I donate on GoFundMes and stuff like that, I'm just like, okay, like, whatever. Like, whatever, I did something nice. Here's $25, here's $50, here's whatever I can give, but also, like, I don't know, maybe people want to see, so I'll try my best to keep that updated, or even I'll use this and like update here, and just thank you, like, to go into like your own like tangible field, your own financial tangible field, to give to someone else, to give to me, like, just thank you. You've lifted so much stress from my shoulders here. Like, truly, like, I really feel like once, like, there was a certain threshold, maybe that first milestone on GoFundMe, I was like, oh my God, like, I genuinely felt like stress leave my shoulders. Like, I felt like I could like hold myself a little higher. I felt like a little less crushed and compacted, and like huge, like huge. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am going to put the link to the GoFundMe down below. I'm not trying to be like pushy with it at all, but I guess I should just post it sometimes. I'm so grateful. Yeah, I'm just so grateful. I'm just going to keep rambling. Okay, so I'm very happy to share with you that I'm about to take my son to the movies. My husband's at work. My son's favorite movie when he was little was How to Train Your Dragon, and we had been planning, it was on our calendar, June 13th, How to Train Your Dragon comes out, like the live action one, and we haven't been able to go because I've been like, I had the methotrexate shot that week. I know it's stupid, it's just a movie, but like, he really loved it when he was little. Like, we know it by heart. I've seen it like hundreds of times myself. So we were like talking about going, and I haven't been able to take him, and I finally feel like I can handle it today, like, I can handle it. So him and I are gonna go to the movies on a little date together and stuff, and he's been so helpful and just taking care of me and helping carry stuff for me and doing laundry with me, lifting the heavy things and reaching into the washer to pull stuff out. He's just been so helpful, and taking out the trash and stuff. So it's been really sweet. His birthday is coming soon too. He's a August baby. He's a Leo. So looking forward to that. And he's gonna start his new school in August. Just like so many changes, So I'm really, there's just a lot going on. Again, sorry, I'll keep rambling at you. I need to, okay, thank you, truly. Like, I really am just so grateful. I'm so grateful. Like, I can't express it enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will get through this, I will return. Like, I will work my way back into videos and stuff, like as I feel ready. I'm not going to wait 4 more weeks to start making videos or anything like that. I'm just going to make sure that I'm really comfortable as I'm doing it and go slow and, like maybe do some easier stuff. But I'll be back, and just thank you so much. I'm so grateful. I can't say it enough. Like, I can't say it enough. So I'll keep you updated, and hope you have a great day, and thank you. And I'll talk to you soon.